Hi everyone, Steph and Wei Hao here. Today's episode's a bit different from the rest. Today we have a coach with us. It's Yurnita from Boccia. Hi Yurnita, could you please introduce yourself and share a little bit about your work?
Hi, Steph. Good morning. Hi, Wei Hao. Thanks for catching up with me. My name is Sunita. I think you know. I'm a Boccia coach for Teen Singapore. I'm working full-time at CPAS, Cerebral Palsy Alliance Singapore in Pasir Ris, as an executive in the Alumni Adult Services Department. I'm also a Boccia coach under the SDSC program, as well as a referee for Boccia.
Could you share with us how you got started with Boccia?
Okay, I started as a volunteer in 2010. I was a RAM assistant for the current Paralympian Toh Zening. Then I moved on to coaching the BC3 development category for a few years and eventually coached the BC1 and 2 category. Yeah. So I came across Boccia when I was first introduced in CPAS. Trainings were conducted in the venue. So Toh Zening was my student then. She approached me for help to be a RAM assistant. So, moving forward, I went for nationals and won international competition as a RAM assistant. And after that, assumed more roles and never looked back since.
Could you share with us what drew you to remain in the sport for so many years?
So I have learned over the years that Boccia is a unique sport, and it's unlike other sports. To me, it's not just a sport. Boccia is family, and it has given me many life experience, happiness, sadness, and motivation of wanting to do more for the team. And at the same time, I have also made many friends in Boccia. Both athletes and parents have become good friends of mine.
What has been the highlight of your journey so far?
We appreciate all aspects of the journey. I love seeing faces of athletes. When they receive medals, you can see the sheer joy and pride in their faces when we know that their hard work as a team has paid off. This is regardless of how small or major the competitions are. And also witnessing Boccia athletes receiving SPEC scholars bursaries, such pride and such joy, when they eventually got the bursary. And seeing a part-time athlete turn into Paralympians, small steps that turn into big steps. And also educating the community from zero knowledge of the sports and training them to become Boccia volunteers, such as national referees, timekeepers, and other essential roles during Boccia national games. Yeah, so those are the highlight of the journeys.
CPAS has seen many alumni and current students participate in the sport. Could you share a little about CPAS' role in the development of Boccia in Singapore?
Okay, many Boccia athletes are graduates and current students of CPAS. They are the ones selected to join Boccia for their CCA in CPAS in school. And they have been training since their SPEC days, since their school days. So CPAS play a very important role in developing Boccia athletes. Besides providing a venue for training and storage for equipment, athletes train in CPAS on weekday evenings and some weekends. And CPAS also gives its fullest support to staff, who contribute their time and energy when it comes to competition, periods. I have been able to do this well thanks to the support of my team and my colleagues at CPAS.
What are some of the roles you have taken on for Boccia?
Some other roles, besides coaching, I'm also a caregiver when traveling with athletes for competitions. For example, I'll be coaching in the day and assuming role of a caregiver at other times. For example, feeding, to help feed the athletes during meal times. And I'm also an international referee. I've assumed roles such as head referees, assistant head referee in national games and ASEAN Para Games.
What are some of the most important qualities required to play Boccia well?
An athlete must have a positive attitude. You celebrate success and embrace failure as an opportunity to push yourself a little bit harder. Positive behaviors leads towards positive milestones. I also believe that we must learn from failures. If there's no failure, there'll be no learning from mistakes. Be brave. This is what I always advise my athletes. A coach from for the gold medalist from last Paralympic in Rio, Mr. Kwon, once shared with me that a strong mind and a strong heart produces successful athletes, and I completely agree with that. And lastly, being a team player is one of the most important qualities a player should possess. Where in Boccia, we are one.
Thanks, Yurnita. So we'll now talk a little bit about training during this period. So how has virtual training been for you in terms of administering the session and guiding your team?
I have a schedule set up for the athletes since CB started. So we had Zoom trainings, meetings at least twice a week. We analyze matches, and also we do conduct. I plan a home training for the athletes, and I will prepare a skill that they are supposed to to train at home. So there are challenges training at home, but nevertheless, I think something is better than nothing. So they will train at home, take videos, and they will subsequently share with me what do they train at home. And aside to match analysis, we have team exercise sessions weekly, led by parent volunteers. Topics of discussions can vary from analyzing games, and we also talk about everyday what we do every day during the CB period. Topics can be from like simple conversation about what we eat today, and where we're going, where do we exercise, simple conversations, sharing sessions.
So how is the spirit of the team at the moment?
Okay, due to the current situation, all major competitions have been cancelled. Honestly, we were quite disappointed because we have been looking forward to competing and meeting our Boccia friends from other countries. But nevertheless, we have been coping well and staying positive. They understand that situation is not within our control. I think most important is to stay healthy, and we have been occupying our time, by staying busy, stay healthy, and meeting over at Zooms, and yeah. So we're trying. We are positive.
So how can Singaporeans actually send their encouragement and support to the Boccia team?
We have a Facebook page, Singapore Boccia. Do show us some support by following our Facebook page, and you could drop us a few words, of encouragement and support the team. And if you happen to see them outside, in future, do give them a smile. Positive gestures from the community makes our day a little bit brighter. And another way of encouragement is by contributing your time with us. For example, volunteering for our training. There are so many roles that the community can contribute. Do drop us a note in Boccia Facebook or SDSC Facebook. We welcome the community to be a part of us. Be a volunteer in Boccia.
Yurnita, what are some Boccia roles that the able-bodied community can actually play?
Okay, some Boccia roles that the able-bodied community can pick up, for example, ramp assistants, referees, coaching, why not? Other duties, simple duties like picking up Boccia balls, pushing their wheelchairs, assisting them during meals. There's so many roles that you can actually pick up.
And in terms of the families themselves, how can families actually encourage more PWDs to pick up sports like Boccia?
Families can encourage, PWDs to pick up sports like Boccia by, for a start, visit the SDSC website for information and updates. Then moving on, participate in the outreach programs. They have, many outreach programs conducted by the Council, SDSC. And expose your child to different activities. It will encourage more mental and physical stimulation. When there is more participation, there will be an increase in awareness of para sports. So hopefully the pool of para athletes will increase in future.
Thanks so much, Yurnita, for joining us today and for sharing your story. We are sure that it will inspire more people to get involved in para sports. Do you have any last words to share?
Thank you, Wei Hao. Thank you, Steph, for the time. And to the rest out there, do show us some support by visiting our Singapore Boccia Facebook and SDSC Facebook. Drop us a note. Be a volunteer. Be a part of us. Be a part of Boccia. And hope to see you soon. Stay safe and stay healthy.